So I'm going to record. No, oh, I recorded on my computer. That's all right. It'll be okay. This will be a YouTube video. Anyway, so I just realized I'm a week ahead of all you guys, and so we'll post our video next week. But Roldo, you had a question about the review. So go ahead and ask your question.
Yeah, so the first few questions in the review, we start to get into the sampling scheme, and I was having a little bit of trouble with some of them determining which was the best sampling method. So I think number 5, do you want me to just read what it says? Is that okay?
I'm trying to decide. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to share my screen here. We will go over this, but I'm not going to post this until Tuesday night probably, because these are the review questions, and I want to make sure everybody has a chance without me giving away the answers. But since you're here, have you taken the review?
No, that won't be till our group meets tomorrow.
All right. Okay, so your group's meeting tomorrow. So you'll know the answer to this before. That's okay. That's because you get special credit for being here. Okay, so which one was it?
I think it's number 5. Although when I was talking to Lydia, she seemed to have a different number. Her numbers were 1 off or something. So, but yeah, number 5, Rotham City.
Rotham City has 4 distinct neighborhoods. Property values are similar, but they vary considerably. One neighborhood has very low property values, another one has extremely high. They're taxed usually roughly proportional to the property taxes. What type of sample should we collect to gauge the responses to proposed increase in property taxes?
So to me, it sounded like it was describing stratified, but then when I read the last question, it wasn't really clear if that is what would actually work best to get
They've
the
got
answers
4 neighborhoods. Yeah, and so a stratified, you'd probably want to select people from every neighborhood, right? So you'd have fair representation.
Yes, I wasn't sure what it is we needed. It didn't say they wanted to know whether these particular neighborhoods needed to be divided in their answers. So that's why I was thinking.
So a stratified sample, so you got 4 neighborhoods, you could think of each one of those neighborhoods as a strata.
Yes.
And so you want to make sure that you got people from neighborhood 1, people from neighborhood 2, people from neighborhood 3, people from neighborhood 4. Because the reality is, if you did a simple random sample, you could get people from 3 of the neighborhoods, but not number 1, just by random bad luck. So with a stratified sample, you're making sure you're taking a random sample from 1, a random sample from 2, random from 3, random from 4. So then everybody is equally represented.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, how do we know that matters? That it matters that we know the difference between the neighborhoods.
Well, do you want to buy a sample? If you wanted to buy a sample, you just pick one neighborhood and talk to them.
No, right? I was thinking the difference between that and creating a cluster sample or a simple sample, so that we have a
cluster
so
would be
in general what everybody thinks of the property increases, not what does this neighborhood think of it as opposed to that neighborhood.
So a cluster sample, you would just pick one of the neighborhoods. Do you think that would be representative of everybody's opinions?
Not for one cluster, no.
Yeah, and so that would probably be not a good idea. You'd probably be biased towards whatever neighborhood, either the rich neighborhood or the poor neighborhood.
But a cluster sample can be whatever you want, right? It doesn't have to be necessarily the neighborhood. They can be divided up in any method.
You could, if you got 4 neighborhoods, you could consider them a cluster, but I would think a cluster would be a bad idea.
Okay.
Because it would be very like if you picked the rich neighborhood, it would be very biased.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I guess I was overthinking, because it sure looked like it was describing stratified, but then when it came to the what it was looking for, it didn't seem obvious.
Yeah, and people do seem to mix up stratified and cluster, and so. But yeah, so This one, I would think that a stratified would be a much better answer on that question.
Okay. Yeah, that was mostly where we were.
Okay.
Lydia and I were talking about the first
Sorry,
2 or
I
3
got off
questions.
on definitely the wrong tangent. I feel bad about that. But anyway, I'm glad we answered that question.
Okay. Yeah, that's.
What else do you have?
No, that was it.
Oh, I feel terrible. We'd had that big long discussion. It was a good discussion, but it was not related to exam 1. It was related to unit 2. So, do you have any other questions about the exam?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, this will be a short video. I'll probably post it Tuesday so that people can kind of review it. But yeah, because the test will be Tuesday and Wednesday. So technically today at 11 you could do it, but I want to make sure. Since the review quiz is due Tuesday, I'll probably post it Tuesday afternoon so that people can watch it if they want to. But hopefully we'll already have their quiz.
So tonight there's a meeting with the TA tonight at 8 o'clock, right?
Okay. I don't know what time he said that at, but sure.
I think that's what I saw.
Okay.
I'm not sure that I can make that one, but that's probably some of the things we'd be talking about there, anyways.
Right. I think he's going to record it too. I know that in the past he had a problem. Apparently Google Hangouts has a limit of, I want to say 10, maybe 15, 10 to 15 people. And he had more people that wanted to come last semester. And so some people couldn't get in. I think he's going to try to use Zoom, and hopefully they won't have that problem. We'll see.
Yeah, Google Hangouts does have a limit of 10, if I recall.
Okay. Yeah, so I think he's got Zoom, so hopefully that won't be a problem.
Okay, yeah, that was it for questions.
All right then. Well, good luck on the test and good luck on your group quiz.
All right, talk to you, was it Tuesday or Thursday?
Yeah, Thursday. Thursday, if you want, and I'll since we're still recording for a moment, if anybody can't make it to the Thursday office hour, just schedule an appointment with me and I will try to go over the test with you. I am going to the Grand Canyon this weekend though, so after Thursday it might be hard for the Memorial, because it's Memorial Day weekend. So, and in fact, I should mention that I'm not going to hold my Monday meeting on Memorial Day. So we'll just have, so we'll meet the next 2 Thursdays, but not on Monday, since it's Memorial Day.
Okay.
So, all righty then.
All right, we'll see you soon.
Okay, thanks. In fact, I'm kind of glad we posted that other video, so I will post that in replacement of our meeting on Monday, because that's really what was next week's. We talked about next week's lesson, that other one anyway. So I will have a recording for next week, but we will not meet next week on Monday. But we will meet on Thursday.
All right, very good.
Thanks. We'll see you later then.